Yeah.
I bet you it's got a goose on the front. Or moose.
Hold the Zodiac IPA. Here, you guys should check out the... how do I turn on the video? Here we go.
I'm not decided.
See this? It looks pretty,
wow.
pretty cool.
Hey. Does look kind of trippy and cool.
Yeah, it does.
Alright, enough of that.
Moses had to get the most hipster-looking beer.
Dude, somebody gave it to me. Like one of my co-workers people.
They just give you free beers in Canada. It's like their thing.
Yeah. It's really tasty, though. This episode was brought to you by Zodiac IPA. Alright.
What's up, everyone? This is the Demo Craft Beer Podcast, where we talk about craft beers from Canada and whatnot.
IPAs only.
I hope not IPAs only, because that would really suck. But that's an argument for another episode. How you doing, Moses?
Doing great. I'm drinking my lovely IPA, so fuck off with that sentiment. IPAs are the best.
They're like kind of, I don't know, they're all right. They're just kind of, I'd rather just drink something that doesn't taste like that if I can.
Nothing like a drink that can bite you.
I say that when I'm talking about beer. It ain't for me, man.
No, beer's for me, but IPAs are for other people.
What do you like, Shiner Bock? Shiner Bock is pretty delicious.
Shiner Bock's pretty good. Yeah, I like beers like that. Like I like your little lagers and your just not the ales, pretty much.
I get.
I'll drink everything else. And I mean, like IPAs are fine. Like I'll drink them, but like rather not. And they're kind of overrated now.
Man, it's just anytime I drink a beer, they just have that Bud Light taste, and like there's all.
No.
Yeah, you can drink some other beer
out there.
Though
I mean, I don't know. I've tried different beers, and it's just like, I don't think it's for me.
I mean, you gotta like start off though. Like you have to like kind of get used to the Bud Light taste, and then you work your way up. I guess.
I don't like that taste though.
No, have a stout, bro. Like,
I support.
Yeah.
I support your sobriety over there, David. I'm not gonna try to peer pressure you into drinking.
Give me some
get like a PBR and like start small because it'll be cheap, and then you build your way up to something else. It's like, you don't necessarily need to get a Bud Light, but like you got to like start small.
I mean, I'm not the biggest drinker in the world. It's not exactly my favorite thing to do, but I mean, I like my beer to taste like water, Pabst and Bud Light Platinum. That's
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get drunk. I'm not trying to enjoy the taste of the beer,
Right.
Drinking that natty ice.
Oh
I have standards, okay?
That's not really what you drink if you're just trying to enjoy the beer.
Dudes at my work drink that all the time on break.
Natty ice. Dude, that sounds like some fun work.
No, that's why they drink it.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Isn't Natty Ice the Dasani of beer? You decide.
Natty Daddy.
Leave a comment down below.
Then what does that make Steel Reserve?
211?
Yeah, I guess. How many Steel Reserves are there?
This is like the anti-gravity beer, isn't that Steel Reserve? Am I thinking?
Well, I'm just talking about straight up Steel Reserve.
Hell, I mean, what kind of beer you think a Shark Dad would like?
A Shark Dad?
Ooh, I like that.
That was pretty good.
Longboard Brewery.
Longboard's good. I love Longboard. Wait, they have Land Shark.
Oh yeah, Land Shark.
Land Shark, the choice beer for Shark Dads.
Exactly, and I do like Land Shark a lot. So,
shoot, nah, I'm just a guy that likes tasty liquors and stuff like that.
Tasty
stuff
what?
That'll get me drunk quick. Tasty liquors, like I like stuff that tastes decent and is strong. Like
what's your drink of choice then?
Truly.
Honestly, some like blue raspberry vodka from like Svedka. What?
Dave, you're drinking Boone's Farm.
What's that? What do you mean?
Just go get a Boone's Farm and try it sometime. You'll feel terrible next morning, so you got to kind of prepare for it. But I know Shark Dad wouldn't drink Boone's Farm. Smirnoff Ices.
Yeah, those taste good. I like those.
You're probably seltzer guy, right?
You know, you want your White Claws for your white blood cells. You know. Good
Okay.
No laws and green
I'll
claws.
go wild on a Four Loko. Like,
all right, that's cool. Of course, you probably got some OG Four Loko drinkers here.
Oh yeah, back when it was. Wait, does Four Loko still have alcohol?
Yeah,
I thought they got rid of that.
No, they still have alcohol. They got rid of the
100%
caffeine.
apple juice now.
Oh, they got rid of the other half?
Yeah, the caffeine is what they got rid of. They still have the alcohol and the bad tasting stuff in it.
Oh,
there's plenty of caffeine.
I think I had like one or two original ones. I was like just in the cusp, but
if you want to
I got loaded up.
One of those had me good, man.
Drinking Four Lokos outside of heavy Lolo shows.
Oh, dude.
Well, I bet you moshed really well that night.
No, it was too cool.
Hardcore dancing.
Yeah, that ass.
Yeah, I had a kid from Modesto tell me that I was the reason he started hardcore dancing. It was weird.
You learn from your influence.
Yeah, like
that's awesome.
He just saw me in all my grace, and he's like, "I need to do that."
That's your first son.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah. Honestly, no, you've done a great thing that day, Moses.
You were a shark dad.
Gave somebody hope to believe that there's more to drink out there than Mad Dog 2020.
I'm the father of crowd kill.
No.
Did I invent crowd kill? I don't know.
No.
No, I'm just kidding.
Way.
I didn't.
Got an elbow to the temple.
Pretty sure Moses did invent it. I mean, don't lie, guys. Come on.
All right, we're like pretty close to 8 minutes without talking about what are we talking about again?
Shark Dad.
Shark Dad.
We keep trying to talk about Shark Dad, and Moses wants to talk about inventing hardcore dancing or something.
The perfect song to hardcore dance to is Shark Dad.
Moses is like the Al Gore of hardcore dancing.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I like that. It's funny.
Sounds like it'd be a band title. How Moses invented hardcore dancing. But Moses too.
I bet you Shark Dad doesn't like hardcore dancing in the living room.
Just flopping around.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Goddamn references on top of references.
Speaking of Shark Dad, there was a band called Shark Punch, and they used to make like parody hardcore songs, like songs to mosh
Shark
to.
Punch.
Yeah.
It's so angsty. I love it.
Shark Punch.
Oh god.
Oh! I wonder if they're on Spotify. I might have to add them to the playlist.
Do it.
Wow. When are we starting? Actually starting talking about Shark Dad. Who wants
Shark
to start?
Dad. Baby Shark. Do.
No.
You know, I feel like there's not enough shark references in music these days.
All right,
it's a pretty cool animal.
One thing about Shark Dad is that it obviously features Martin Bianchini on guitar.
Can I ask, is this the first Martin feature that they have?
You know what? That's a great question. Was he?
I feel like it is, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, because I don't think he did anything in Acceptance Speech because they still had was it Josh Benton in the band?
Yeah, I think it was Josh Benton.
Yeah. So this might have been it, the first.
Which, I mean, one of my points was like, it's like felt like it was the first one of those like atonal sounding songs. I was like, no, this is just a Martin song. But I forgot to look it up, but because I knew you'd do it. But
see, Moses, I'm glad you brought it up. It was, Martin was on this track because I remember when I first looked up Shark Dad on YouTube and all of that. in the comments, Martin Bianchi was actually commenting and stuff. I didn't know who he was, like, and his connection and all, but like he was this guy on commenting saying, yeah, like if they were to perform this song, they need to like bring out trumpets. That's like the optimal way to like truly perform this song. And I was like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? They don't need trumpets for this song. Like, I was so confused, but like he was totally just trolling me. Like, this is years ago, but you could find it if you go on YouTube under Shark Dad in the comments. You can probably find Martin trolling me in the comments. So look out for that.
Everyone,
Everybody
go. Do they have downloads on YouTube comments? I don't remember. I don't comment anything on YouTube.
All right, but going back to Shark Dad, that intro is such a vibe. It reminds me of songs where like Circus Survive kind of slow things down, like We're All Thieves and House of Leaves come to mind. It's kind of a cool little moment for Dance Gavin Dance, and I wish they would kind of explore that type of sound more often. Like they don't really have songs with that kind of vibe, but yeah, then the two verses come in and you get this like explosion of sound. Like it's kind of like building up, and like once John says, I'm a piston on a mission, pumping out my guts, like the guitar riff changes up like almost after every line he screams, which is pretty cool.
There's some wacky guitar lines for sure, yeah.
Right? Especially like during that part.
It's like, yeah, that whole thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, some wacky stuff. But no, like on the intro, actually, listening to it myself today, I got imagery while listening to it. It reminded me of like, those days where it's like it's sunshiny, but it's also raining at the same time, or like the after effects of it, like raining.
Yeah, so, interesting.
Like I don't know, something about like I got imagery of like that around my town just while listening to this, and like a dreary kind of thing going on, especially with Tillian, and all this, and like, oh no, like this relationship, like I knew it was gonna get fucked up, and oh look, it happened, and plus, the leaves were bound to change, kind of got more like fall and this weather imagery. I thought that was nice.
Yeah, for sure.
And then, it explodes to this John section. They got that weird distorted guitar thing going on. I really like the guitar effects they have going on here. And this has some of my favorite John, like, sections in general. Like, he's, like, just firing off, like, with that flow already. Like, why can't I seem to find my mind? The time is almost up. And it's weird, like even just, like, that whole verse, a bunch of those lines, like I can somehow contribute to like my own life, like decode it to like, oh yeah, this happened in that time. And sequentially that happened afterwards. Like it's weird. I somehow connect with John's lyrics in my own weird way. Anybody else?
No, yeah, he's definitely going off like lyrically. Like he kind of gets like the gift of gab or something, man. But like, yeah, that's all cool and all, but I really dig that chorus with Tillian. Like, it's kind of weird because they only do it once, and I thought, I don't know, it deserved at least another go around. It's really groovy, bass heavy. Like, he's delivering this like pretty cool melody.
Oh, you mean shine in the moment, hit me with the cold, like that whole part?
Yeah.
There we go. Got it.
Yeah, dude, no,
check off.
Tim laid down some sexy bass for that part.
Right? Yeah.
In this part, it reminds me of like a whole, what is it? Snow falling downpour. That section, like this whole section reminds me of like just a snowy downpour kind of thing. And it's like the wind's going off and like with the guitar and the bass going on and Tillian's voice. Like, I don't know. Like the imagery is strong in this song for me. Really good shit.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about Shark Dad.
So, I already talked about the Martin Bianchi thing. I do think that this is the first song they featured him, and so like obviously they end up having a Martin, like at least one Martin song on all their other albums afterwards. The other thing that I found out about the song was that I kind of feel like the vocals on this song, correct me if y'all think differently, but I think they sound a lot more like Acceptance Speech vocals, like the style versus Instant Gratification vocals. So it wouldn't surprise me if someone told me this was the first song they wrote on the album, or maybe they're just trying to get the effect of like how Tilly was singing on that album for this song. Any thoughts on that?
It's interesting. Like, I never got the idea that like it sounded like A.S. Tillian, Acceptance Speech, but like the structure, like in general, this is like a more John heavy track, but Tillian will jump in to leave little verses in there here and there. Like it does seem more of like an Acceptance Speech kind of flowing song a bit. Okay, so I can see that.
I don't know. I feel like I think I might have to disagree just because of like the R&B vibe that you get from that chorus, and
that's
like,
fair.
I feel like he's kind of leaning towards that a lot in this album, and he didn't really do that in Acceptance Speech. I don't know, like his vocals kind of sounded a little more. Is aggressive the right word? I don't know. Like obviously not.
It's
aggressive.
not like the type, not like necessarily like the genre he's singing in. It's more like how he's singing. It's kind of how. Which I don't know enough about vocals to really like put it into words, I guess. But
yeah, I mean, I guess I kind of get what you're saying, but to me, it just sounds very R&B. Like his delivery sounds very R&B, which. I think it's what kind of made this album stand out compared to like Acceptance Speech was great and he had great vocal moments there, but like he sounds more like an actual post-hardcore singer in Acceptance Speech.
Yeah, kind of. I guess.
It's
not necessarily that. It's more like how to describe. It's like the way he was singing things on Acceptance Speech versus where he sounds way more open and way more natural on this album than he did on Acceptance Speech. Like he obviously hit another level on this one. With this, I feel like this song kind of sounds more like Acceptance Speech, like the way he was singing it, but it's kind of abstract what I'm trying to explain. So we can move on if y'all want.
Yeah, before that, I have like one little tidbit. So like I noticed from like watching drum covers of Shark Dad, there's actually a small little drum part that Matt kind of pulls from a DBM2 track, Need Money. So what is
interesting?
Yeah, no, for real. It's that in Need Money they had that dun 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 thing going on, and that's my favorite part of the fucking song. But anyway. And like, along with it, Matt does like a da, da, like he just drums along with that little beat, and then with Shark Dad, what is it? They have this section where they bring back the heavy section with that distorted riff, and it goes da 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 da. But basically, Matt does the same drum thing. Just listen back and you'll see. It's easier if you can like see an actual drum and cover, but just a little tidbit.
If I had one thing to say about Shark Dad before we move on to Awkward, it is that song sounds like if bees had control of guitars and they decided to make a song, and that's Shark Dad in a nutshell. Those bees with the sharks on their heads with the laser beams. But
oh my god, it does, yo.
That was in
Ryan.
Science.
All right. Stop making things awkward and move on to Awkward.
Well, I want to start off and say like Awkward. It has like a really cool riff thing. I don't know.
Dude, that opening riff is like so sick.
Seriously, no, yeah, I'm listening to them. Like, how are they even playing this? Like, they have like this weird, I don't know, this like the shifting chords, and I don't know. It's just like two lead and rhythm at the same time doing weird stuff, and it's awesome.
Yeah, to be a good person to ask about it. Zachary Guerin, come on out.
Hi, I'm Zachary Aaron. I play guitar for Dance Gavin Dance every now and then.
I played on Awkward.
Yeah, Awkward and Happiness.
All right, Zach, if that's your name, all right, I need you to give me 2 proof of identity. Social Security and an ID would work. If you got a credit card number, that'd be great.
Man, don't do that, man. Y'all almost have me squeal. Like Zach Garrett?
He just left. Bye, Zach. Thanks for stopping in, giving your 2 cents on the song. IPA. That was a really interesting voice he had. I didn't expect him to sound like that.
It kind of changed as he spoke.
Yeah, but that's okay.
But yeah, the song features Zach. Like, I really dig that guitar riff in the intro. Like, it's really cool. The first verse is like, I don't know. It's just got like a fun vibe to it. Like Tillian's delivery, it just sounds great, and I think it's kind of like this is a great example of, I don't know why I really enjoyed Tillian's vocals on this album. Like, they just kind of sound fun, poppy. Like, he gets into kind of a R&B vibe every now and then. The guitar riff in the chorus is really cool too. Then John Mess kind of shows up at the bridge, and he lets his nuts hang on the song. Like, he absolutely kills it.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, I
the way he kind of creeps into it.
I sniffed that Dragon's Brew. Like, that's probably one of my top 3 John Mess moments. Like his delivery in that is just sick.
Yeah, and the guitar chugging during it.
Oh yeah.
That dun-dun-dun. Like, that shit's crisp as fuck. Like,
I'm telling you, man. Like, I think you guys were a little too hard on this album, like this last episode. But like, this song, like this album is full of really cool moments, and like I'm like really happy that I took the time to listen to it again, because it was really like, it was my favorite Tillian album, and I don't know, I kind of just stopped listening to it as much when we started the podcast, because, I don't know, I spent more time listening to Mothership and Artificial Selection. But I'm glad to be on that IG grind again. What you all think about Awkward?
Probably 100% my favorite John Mess performance in any album. He's got the roll down, like frontman scream, just very guttural, very in control, very assertive, and like his delivery. It's great stuff, and like just like to even illustrate further the point of like the breakdown being lauded over like 100%. It's a very solid Dance Gavin Dance breakdown. Like, probably one of their best. That's probably why it's my favorite John Mess song, to be honest. But I feel like everybody works really hard on this track to like kind of bring that old melodic post-hardcore sound that like Dance Gavin Dance has its roots in. Like, when they first started, a lot of bands tried to sound like this, but they didn't have nowhere near the same polish or like mastery of their craft. And it's just really good song. I really enjoy it instrumentally, from the guitars to the bass, Zach Aaron's like feature, just drums, everything pops on this track. It should have been a single, in my opinion.
Definitely.
Yeah, Ryan. I gotta agree with all of that. Especially, yeah, like from even that line Moses reference. I sniffed that Dragon's Brew. Like, that line.
Oof.
yeah, dude. And it's like, if I were to try that line, like, I'd have to like pull a low, and it's like, oh, dude, it's a really heavy line in general. So yeah, it's a great line to pick out. Even. And for the breakdown, yeah, damn it, I fucking lost my steam. I had everything in mind. Yeah, keep going.
It was just too overwhelming.
Just keep going.
That breakdown.
You'll get back on that point.
We'll come back to you. All right.
Yeah, keep going.
Honestly, like, I really like the song a lot, and it really makes me wish that the word awkward wasn't ruined for me in my youth, like a lot of people.
Dude, that's so awkward.
I forgot that was a thing, but yeah, people did they're like
they really overused that shit. Awkward. Yeah.
Did people ever just say "awk"? That's "awk." Like, was that?
Yeah, that was a thing.
That a bit, and I hate it.
It's just interesting about the song is like it's kind of straddled by two really like heavy like melodic songs, like Shark Dad and The Cuddler, and it kind of like gives you not necessarily a lighter song because it gets really heavy during the song, but it like gives you probably more. But it also kind of does give you a lighter song because I mean John is definitely a vocal part in this song, but he doesn't really come in until like the second chorus, I believe. Which also the way he comes into that chorus, like he just kind of like creeps in there, and then it turns into a breakdown. It's just like awesome. He just kind of like has some screaming in the background, then he turns into a whole breakdown. And the way the song builds up at the end, like builds up throughout the whole song to that great outro. It's amazing. And then also something I noticed recently was that like the way Tillian layers his vocals on this song, like when he was recording it, is just like it's top tier. Some of his best work, I think. And finally, I would just love to see this song live. Like I just think it would go so hard, and I'd be singing along the whole fucking time. So
yeah, like that pre-chorus, I just love how Tillian's voice sounds in that.
Yeah.
I can't even explain it, but
his backing parts in the choruses are great too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've always thought that was a cool little like
the effect in the pre-chorus. Yeah, I didn't think about that, but yeah, the effect in the pre-chorus is really cool.
Yeah, the do 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 do. Like it was a little weird little like techno thing they had for a bit. I thought that was really cool. But no, Cash, you bring that up brought me back to the point I was trying to make. You know how John's screaming in the chorus under Tillian, kind of subtly, and then when the breakdown happens, it feels like he kind of snatches the mic. It's like, okay, this is my part real quick.
Exactly.
He's like, cry, mine is mine. He's really assertive. Like he's just owning it. It's awesome. And I think it was what Ryan was expressing. This really does feel like a kind of like more of a it's aiming for that post-hardcore like single kind of thing where it's like Tillian centric. And I mean just listening to the song, it has the intro, Tillian does his verse, then he jumps immediately to the chorus pretty abruptly, I'd say, and then they go right back into the verse, and then they kind of reserve John for the the scream metal the scream section. So interesting how it's structured like that.
Anything else?
I'm good.
Don't make this awkward, guys.
We got to make it awkward. It's like the whole point of the song is to make it awkward.
So you make things awkward.
Yes.
Oh yeah. I mean, I also thought it was cool how Will Swan kind of gave insight. There was an interview where Will and or Tillian talked about awkward and like the meaning behind the lyrics and the idea behind the song. And Will was talking about how, like in the verses, Tillian is like this over his head dumbass who thinks he's just gonna get it, he's just gonna blow up and become a star, But in the chorus, it's like slow your roll, don't make this awkward, all that. I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Y'all watch the interview?
No, what was that interview?
Sorry.
What interview?
Oh shoot! I can't. I couldn't just send you a link, but it's just an interview with Will Swan predominantly.
Press. I mean, I can't think of too many interviews where they talk to like the camera.
Yeah, right.
About songs.
Yeah, no. You can find it on YouTube somewhere. Yeah, that's a good find. You can find. Yeah.
Comment the link down in the comments below. Let us know where this interview is and if David is imagining it.
David dreamt the whole Dance Gavin Dance interview, and they talked about awkward on it. Huh. It's pretty cool. We need that kind of insight on here.
But anyway, yes, that is awkward. I think it's a nice song.
So we talking about the cuddler.
The cuddler.
Oh yeah, it's getting nice and cuddly, yo.
Yeah. I mean, the cuddler definitely has an interesting flow to it. Like the song starts off really strong with some dope guitar, and like bass and a great performance by John. Like I think we were talking about it in Shark Dad and Awkward, but I really love like his flow when the song starts to pick up like right before the chorus here. Like I don't know, he just really gets into it, and yeah, I really dig how Tillian sounds in this song. It probably has like one of his like best poppy choruses in my opinion. Yeah, and then that like second verse with Tillian, he kind of gives like, I don't know, this like really like smooth delivery when he's talking about like pray on my spirit till you come alive, hydrate my fire till it smolders out. Like I don't know, I just really dig his delivery. And Matt's just going crazy like on the toms, like that whole part. Like I don't know, he's kind of like he's just going crazy, and Will is doing almost like block party-esque tremolo picking in the background. And definitely the bass and the drums in this song are like outstanding for sure.
Agreed. And especially with Tillian when he's like, oh, you're the reason I get out of bed. Like his voice is almost charming here. Like, you know, really good delivery, really pretty stuff, Tillian.
Yeah, and then Will has actually mentioned that the lead riff he's playing in the verses is one of his favorite riffs that he's ever written, but he was really disappointed in how it kind of got buried in the mix of the song. Which is
really
interesting, yeah.
You said there's like a lead that's kind of buried?
Yeah, like you hear that main guitar. But yeah, there like he's kind of like tapping away, like if you like pay attention to it. But yeah, like I agree, it's kind of buried in the mix.
Interesting. I've heard about that, but I haven't really like sounded it out. Like, do you mean like the intro or?
Well, yeah, I mean it goes in from the intro to the verses, and maybe part of it is because like the bass is pretty prominent in the song. Like, you can hear pretty clearly throughout the verses.
Oh, for sure. They have it nice and clear in the mix. It sounds awesome. Instant Gratification in general, the bass.
Yes.
Is loud and clear.
You can hear the bass really well, like, throughout.
Great bass album.
Yeah, throughout this whole album. I feel like the Cuddler is the reason why they buried Tim in the background, like in like the other albums. Who knows? All right, but what do you guys got about have to say about the Cuddler?
I mean, I just like how it's called the Cuddler, and John's off the back, talk about your feelings, like, oh, I don't want to hear about this nonsense. Talk about my feelings. I don't want to fuck that. It's like this is funny right off the bat, I think. And then he has like this insane flow. What is it? I mean, it's just that first part in general. He kind of owns it for a good minute there. He just has a really aggressive. Well, I don't even think it's just aggressive. Like, I'll go get the decider. I'll be the center divider. Like, it just has a really, really snappy, good flow going on there. So, hell yeah.
Right on. Hey, Ryan, do you got anything to say about the Cuddler?
The Cuddler, what I want to, I mean, if I could touch on for just a second, like, in terms of your ers, like, where do you guys rank this in terms of, like, the Jiggler and the Rattler and the Cuddler? Like, who is the king of the lurs?
Jiggler.
I would say the Jiggler, man.
I didn't even say Jiggler, but this is I forgot how much I like this song.
Yeah, Cuddler's a pretty close second. No, I mean, I really love the Rattler. It's one of my favorite, like, Martin songs.
Yeah, the Rattler's good too. It was a tough one.
Yeah.
Don't make us choose.
But I would say the Jiggler is definitely my favorite one out of the three. It's got that, like...
It's a very strong song. I mean, it's a good way to open an album.
Yeah, oh man, I want to talk about the Jiggler now.
Dude, I listened to that and like all of Acceptance Speech basically this afternoon, and it's like, God, I wish I was talking about this, you know?
The guitar, like...
I love this album too. But I won't spoil anything. But yeah, the Jiggler is got to be, relative to this, the Jiggler's got to be my favorite. But the Cuddler's really good. I'd probably put over Rattler, maybe.
I could see that.
This is really tough, honestly. I mean, I think it's got to be Jiggler.
We're asking the real tough question. We need
plus,
you, the audience.
Plus, the Jiggler is a reference to Adventure Time. I always forget, and then I see that episode like once every 3 years, and I'm like, oh yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Unless there's a Cuddler and a Rattler on Adventure Time.
Like, are there any more of those Urs?
I don't know.
I thought there was one more, maybe.
I can't think of any off the top of my head. Those are like the ones that I see that have like in the Tillian era that have that little at the end.
Yeah, I believe they're the only ones that are the something
thus far.
Yeah.
There's no the Strawberry Andre you know.
Shame.
It's a very big shame. It's the saddest shit I've ever said in my life. I'm contemplating very sad thoughts right now about it.
Asses in battle, bro.
Asses in battle.
Yo, and if anything, I'd say this is a good track to bust out for concerts, man. Like, instead of spamming We Own the Night and, like, maybe one other track, like, yo, give the Cuddler, some playtime.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
I feel like it's maybe a little bit lost in the shuffle a little bit because, like, with, like, one of my complaints I had about this album was, like, the track placements. And I feel like Shark Dad and Awkward are both very meaty and heavy in regards, but I feel like Cuddler is more of like an interlude between that, you know?
Wait, which were they?
Like Shark Dad and Awkward come before this song on the album, like in track order.
I feel like the Cuddler would be a great like song number 2 because it's like not it's a great song, but
it's kind of like all over the place.
So much after so many great songs.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I think you kind of have to put it in the middle of the album because it's kind of like all over the place. And I guess it's Dance Gavin Dance, so like you can't put a song that's crazy right second. But I don't know. I mean, I guess kind of just depends on where the
Stroke
band.
God number 2 on the album?
Yes.
And
the Cuddler I think is a little like. There are different types of crazy, but the Cuddler is like kind of like a little all over the place. Like my point was like you basically get like 3 songs in the first minute of this one. Like there's 3 just different, complete there's like you get pretty different drastic changes throughout like the first minute of the song. And so I don't know.
Doesn't that kind of play into like?
I mean, yeah, it plays into Dance Gavin Dance. Like dance, if anyone can do it, it's Dance Gavin Dance. But like, Are
you saying it's not their best foray into it?
Would you mean? No, I'm saying like it's. I would say any normal band, I probably wouldn't put if they had this song on this album. For any normal band, I wouldn't put this song second. But Dance Gavin Dance could get away with it.
See, they could. But I feel like the first few tracks they have are like just strong enough that I wouldn't move them, personally.
See, I like the idea of like spreading out the stronger songs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
sure. I get you. Would you guys think the song? I was gonna say, would you guys think this song would survive as a single?
I mean, yeah, it's strong enough to be a single, but
that's interesting.
But I mean,
I think it could.
Yeah, it's strong enough, but I would definitely, go with Stroke God, On the Run, Something New, Awkward, and definitely Strawberry. Like to me, those should have been like the singles. Like,
yeah, Yeah.
See, yeah.
Like Death of the Strawberry should have definitely been a single for sure.
Yeah, they could have played that off really well, doing Death of a Strawberry. I mean, I don't know. I bet you could tell, like, half the Dance Gavin Dance fans it was a single, and they'd probably believe you, too. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, are you saying the cuddler behind We Own the Night, or are you saying the cuddler behind, like, a different song?
The cuddler behind Stroke God. You go
Stroke
from
God.
Stroke God to the cuddler to something heavy. Like,
that's almost reminds me of Acceptance Speech, because it's like, what was it?
Sage Macy.
What was the second song on? Because it had a similar vibe, honestly. I don't know. It's not my favorite of Acceptance Speech, but it's like, the robot with human hair, part 4.
And it goes to Acceptance Speech. So yeah, I mean,
that one's human hair part 4. I think was kind of all over the place too, kind of the similar way as the cuddler, but not to the same extent, I'd say.
Yeah, Cash, if anything, like, I could say you could switch out something new with the cuddler, like switch their places. Like, I can see that maybe.
We should all, like, make a playlist and, like, rearrange IG into, like,
I think we've talked about doing this before on different albums, but
it's pretty hard.
It's an idea. It's worth trying. I mean, I'm interested to see if somebody could come up with, like, a perfect track listing in their mind.
I definitely tried to do this like a perfect set list before, but
yeah,
I've already done it. I've done it.
A perfect one, or have you tried to do a perfect one?
I've done it.
You've done it. You made the perfect set list.
Yeah.
Are they up to my standards?
Also, how long is it? Because mine ended up being like 3 hours. So
well, I tried to keep it 12 songs.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's tough,
it was really hard.
Yeah.
And I had to put like the songs that you would definitely hear, like Chucky and Midnight Crusade are in there.
I bet you didn't want Midnight Crusade in there.
Huh?
I bet you didn't want Midnight Crusade in there either.
I didn't want Midnight Crusade in there, but check it out. Chucky.
When did it come out? Like, when did you make this?
I created this sometime before Afterburner came out, and I think what was it? Oh shit! Artificial Selection was pretty new.
Okay. All right. Let's hear your set list.
I'm just kidding. It's not perfect, but
okay.
I went with Chucky, Midnight Crusade, reluctantly because I wouldn't want to put any of the songs on there. Then it goes to Flash because that's kind of like a big anthem type chorus. Then it goes to Skyhook, which I feel like if anybody heard Skyhook they'd be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. I
like,
think I like this song, but I'd be like, why would you play this over something else? Is what
man, I really dig that song, and I think Tillian would do a great job singing it.
Yeah, I think so too.
I can see it.
Then I went Young Robot, and I put Betrayed by the Game, but I would take that out. Summertime Gladness, Care, to Powder to the People, to Frozen One, to Story of My Bros, to On the Run. So it definitely could be better.
Yeah, that was very heavy, except our Artificial Selection.
Well, it had, like, I don't know.
Which had just come out, so.
Because I actually made it for, I guess it was more of a Tree City Sessions 2 track listing. So that's why stuff that was in the first Tree City Sessions was left out.
Moses, I'd honestly take that set list over, like, the stuff like they're playing now, like, because they would kind of stick to the singles only, Artificial Selection, Mothership only kind of thing. Like, I would honestly take your set list over that.
Going from Care to Powder to the People to Frozen One to Story of My Bros to and ending on the Run. That sounds pretty legit.
Shoot, yeah, you got a Kurt song that isn't Carl Barker or Tree Village. It's like okay, and
or
it's
Alex English, yeah.
And Flash, and it's popping out from the start. Like I
would like to update this, but now they have fucking Afterburner.
Whole other album. Yeah.
Yeah, so it just they need to do like 2 nights in a row every tour.
Personally, I would rather hear like new Afterburner songs than like I guess Mothership or Artificial Selection songs.
Yeah.
So this one doesn't. So like, I like your set list, but like
this was before Afterburner.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah. Honestly, I would like to hear all of Afterburner.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
See, I agree completely. Like when this came out, I was like, "Yo, these are singles I'm excited to hear live." Like I want to, but like with Mothership and Artificial Selection, they just kind of like overdid them. And it's like, okay, can y'all play like other stuff?
Yeah.
Like Loki, you know.
But Three Wishes, man. I want to hear Three Wishes live.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, there's.
Honestly,
they could play all of Afterburner. I'd be happy.
The set list they had when I saw them in 2016 was just like was awesome because they played like 4 or 5 Mothership songs to start, and then they just played like a bunch of old stuff after that.
Yeah, I'm just glad I got to watch them play On the Run, which was my favorite song off of IG, and yeah, they played a bunch of last time I saw them, I think it was before Artificial Selection came out. Wow. But they played a bunch of great songs because it was before Artificial Selection came out. I would be stoked to like listen to, I don't know, Flash, Count Basie, and a bunch of songs off of that album.
Well, it's like, I like Artificial Selection like a lot, like probably the most out of all like everyone on here, but like I kind of feel like they're really self-isolated songs. Like I don't know if they really work with the rest of like their music, like in a whole set list. So it doesn't really make me that excited. Like they're really good together, but I don't know, outside they really mesh that well outside of their album.
There was something about that album that just really stood out from the rest of their albums, and like not in a great way, but I mean it was still a great album, but it just felt different, like a little.
Yeah, exactly.
But man, so many bangers on that album.
Dude, give me Flash and Slouch from Artificial Selection. I'll be happy.
Like if they played like just like a one-off show and they just played only Artificial Selection, like that'd be awesome. But if they're like doing like, I don't know, like 3 Artificial Selection songs like scattered throughout, it doesn't sound as like cool, like really at all.
It depends on the 3 songs, but
that's true,
like more than 3, like I think Flash, maybe Story of My Bros, just because it's a fun song, and
yeah, that'd be cool. I think that would work. That one works especially well. And
Suspended in This Disaster, like that chorus.
Okay, that's a good one. Yeah.
But like then again, I wouldn't be mad if I heard Care just because of the outro.
Care, because the ending. Bloodsucker would be cool.
Dude, they should do that. They should just play the outro to Care, like kind of somehow put it in their set.
Like are you talking about a Evaporate
like
Part 2?
Huh?
An Evaporate Part 2?
Something like that. No, just kind of like a interlude, like.
I mean, honestly, I wouldn't mind like a Jay-Z Linkin Park like mashup album where they just like combine their songs
with who?
Like brand.
Brand new song. Okay.
Just their albums, like kind of like
that'd be cool.
This is this album. Just give us remixes and shit.
They should do a Jay-Z Linkin Park type album and like
with Jay-Z
their songs with. No, it'd have to be somebody newer, like.
Wasn't they supposed to be Red?
Trippy Red.
Trippy Red, man.
Does it like even work though if it's not like someone as big as Jay-Z?
Yeah, it'd have to be somebody as big as Jay-Z. Who's
like at least as big as Dance Gavin Dance.
Kanye.
Well, yeah, exactly. They'd have to be as big as Dance Gavin Dance, not as big as Jay-Z.
That's kind of like a weird like. It's kind of a weird thing to like imagine because like you have to get a rapper who's like probably more mainstream to go down with Dance Gavin Dance, who's obviously huge, but like. Almost like in a cult way.
Yeah, but
there's a lot of rappers like that, like Uzi Vert and
I guess
Juice WRLD, but he's dead.
Jeez.
But I mean, like, I don't know. I feel like Lil Uzi Vert was like, or it was kind of has already like more name brand more notoriety already. He's
big. Moses, like as a Linkin Park fan and a fan of that collaboration album, just mentioning that, I was like, yo, what if like Mike Shinoda like rapped over some DGD tracks, or like took some parts and like added.
That'd be cool.
Rap, like I'm just like, wow, what would that be like? Okay, literally, well, anybody remember Anthony Fantano's review of this album?
Yes, when he mimics Will's rapping.
Yeah, said it was like a Linkin Park rap verse. Like,
oh shit.
Honestly, he should do like a album, like a Jay-Z Linkin Park album, like with a rapper, like a Marionette. I think would be really good doing that.
Oh yeah, a Marionette and like, I don't know.
Marionette, I think would do it.
Marionette and Bruno Mars.
Bruno Mars. That'd be way too funky.
I'm just kidding.
Create a time machine to 1978.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah. Just to bring up Linkin Park one last time, but it's like, yo, oh my god, what if like Chester and Mike had like DGD level instrumentals? It's like, well, my one gripe with like LP is like, they could have like, I don't know. It's like, what if they had way more interesting instrumentals and like
would Chester's voice lend itself to that kind of music? Because it was kind of.
I think it could. I think it would.
Imagine, dude. Like his like. I mean, he can be pretty versatile.
It would be something totally different, though. I think
absolutely.
It would it probably wouldn't be like that mainstream. I mean, it might be like alt rock, like. Because
he has a very alt rock voice, almost on the edge of butt rock.
Almost on the,
but like I don't think it's gonna
help that, dude.
Like at their height, it's like they're gonna be like a couple one-off rock songs.
Vulnerable.
See, it's just like I just use that as a comparing point. It's like like LP and their instrumentals, they're kind of like. Verse, chorus. Oh, we got a chorus riff. Oh, we got a verse riff. We'll use that and repeat it. And then you compare it to DGD. Just this album, like We Own the Night, like just
Linkin Park's not very
honestly. It kind of it's making me think of like late like AFI is what your suggestion's making me think of, like December Underground and on, kind of, but. I don't even think that's a good comparison. What I'm trying to think of.
I don't know.
Yeah.
God, man. I'm just gonna fantasize about that. But anyway, y'all have anything else to add?
Yeah. What were we talking about again?
The Cuddler.
The Cuddler. I think
we were totally talking about Linkin Park, Jay-Z, and it just went down into a spiraling hole of fire. And
yeah.
That's okay.
Did you talk about the Cuddler, Ryan? Oh yeah, you were asking about.
Yeah, I asked that. I think better to this entire spiel of diverting off topic. But Cuddler, I like Cuddler. Cuddler's a good song. I wouldn't say it's the strongest song on this album. It would definitely not be my first go-to on this album. There's very, very many banger to be found on this album, but it's perfectly serviceable as a mid-album song.
Agreed, Ryan. Yeah.
I guess all I have left to say is like my favorite part of the song is when it's the assuming that you're worth it part's my favorite part, like, of the song, I think. And then the ending just like kind of comes out of nowhere at all, which I thought was really cool, even though I'm like usually not into that necessarily, but it was just kind of like randomly they just end the song. So that's all I gotta say.
All right. So
Legend.
Let's talk about Legend. And
the Legend of the Ranch was so hardcore.
Yeah. I'm interested to hear what you guys have to say about Legend, because I think it's highly underrated, and I don't know, it feels like such a weird, different vibe for Dance Gavin Dance. Like, not really, like, I can't even explain what kind of vibe the song is, but it's definitely something that you're not used to hearing from them, and it actually features Arik Garcia of Hail the Sun on guitar. So I'm guessing that has something to do with it, but you know that like guitar riff in the intro, like it sounds super eerie, like it kind of reminds me of like the Twilight Zone or something, like you're
like the Outer Limits.
Yeah, or like
stepping into the Twilight Zone. This is the madhouse. That's Twilight Zone?
Yeah.
Spoopy.
And I mean, what else is there to say besides you get a really good vocal performance from Tillian, and I think that's kind of like the main thing about the song is let's kind of do something a little more stripped down, a little more laid back, and let Tillian's voice just kind of sit there and like, you know, you're really paying attention to it. Like it has and it still has great guitar. Like it has a badass riff in the chorus, and then you also get like a nice heavy part from John as well. So the elements of a Dance Gavin Dance song like are there, but it's still very different. What do you guys think?
Tell you what I think.
All right,
I'll let you know. So I mean, I agree. I think it is really underrated, and like it was underrated by me before we did this. In fact, like if y'all asked me what my least favorite song on the album was, I probably would have been like Legend, because I don't really listen to it or care about it at all.
Well, that's the thing. It's like my least favorite one too, but
I don't think it's my least favorite anymore after really diving into it, though, is the thing.
You say We Own the Night?
Well, my second least favorite would have been Legend before we started doing this, and now it's not. I don't know what my second least favorite is, but this one is not that. I think this song kind of shows the depth of the album. Like we were talking about that on Cuddler, but I think this song, like it's a pretty, like people don't talk about it a lot. It's pretty forgettable, and yet I think this is a really good song, actually.
It's a beautiful song, man.
Yeah. Let's see. I always hear about the song.
Would you say it's like the ballad of the album?
Huh?
I guess. I mean, the comparison that I kind of had, which is kind of weird, is that like when the verse there's part of the verse and it's kind of slower, and it kind of reminds me of Care, honestly. Like one of the verses are like Care. Like I'm always expecting it to jump into Care, which like always throws me off.
Yeah, so I guess that would be my comparison. Because to me, it almost reminds me of Exposed, and not like they sound similar, but like here's your slow song for the album, something that you may not be kind of used to. Like, you know, it kind of stands on its own, and it creates almost like a shift from the album.
And I think this is like probably one of the first like slow songs for Tillian that they had like that, because now they have, you know, Care is kind of slow, or like, you know what I mean, like there's in later albums they kind of elaborate more on this with like Into
the Sunset is pretty
exactly
Gospel now. Wow. Yeah, definitely play around with that more stripped down sound.
I mean,
and then also like I shit on the lyrics to this album a lot. I think this song actually has like really good lyrics. Like this is probably my favorite lyrics on the album, I think.
I enjoyed them too. Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoy a lot of lyrics on this album. But yeah, like the song for sure has some great lyrics.
And like one thing in particular that strikes me is that throughout the album we're talking about like Tillian's ego, or at least that's kind of the way David frames it when he talks, because he usually talks about the lyrics the most. And in this song, he says, "I'm legend all because of you." Like he's kind of like shifting like the reason why he's so great onto someone else, which is really interesting. I think kind of contrasts with like pretty much his feelings on the rest of the album.
If anything, yeah, like in Mothership, he's like, I don't know. There was this line where it's like, "Oh, I don't need you to like glow up and this and that." I can't remember the song or the line. It's failing me right now. But definitely on Mothership. I don't know if y'all remember, but yeah.
Yeah. I guess
Chocolate Jackalope. Sorry, but yeah.
I mean, I guess the other thing I want to say is like the breakdown is interesting because I thought it was going to be. It feels like it should be heavier, I guess, but you kind of end up with like a more of a funk guitar sound instead of like a heavy chugging sound. And I think the song also ends with like everyone just coming together at the end. So really nice outro. That's all I got to say on it.
Ryan.
Well, what can I say that hasn't already been said? But I will say that it definitely has like the haunting allure to it. Like it's for me, I'm trying to think of any other song on the album that could be gentler and less ballad-like than this song on the album, and I think this would probably be the most delicate song on the album. It's got that allure to it. It's probably not my favorite, but it definitely sticks out of the crowd. It's definitely its own identity, and I feel like mentioning like with how it reminds us of Care and stuff like that. Like it almost has like Man of the Year vibes to me for some reason, just like that sad somberness that comes from it.
I get that.
You know what I mean?
Tim Allen didn't, but
I feel like there's like a lot of lost and wanting in this song. Like, you know, there's always something more.
But not lost like the last song on the album though.
No, not that
lost.
No.
Not that lost.
That one's more like upbeat and jovial. You know
I'm lost.
Chester?
Oh my God.
Chester Cheeto? And I'm about to break.
Rest in peace, man.
Chester's voice was a little more like nasally, like, well, at least in Hybrid Theory. Like, I'm about to. I can't do it.
I'm about to break.
Yeah,
every time.
And no, God damn, we're back at Linkin Park. But since we're here, like, okay.
All right, top 3 songs off of Hybrid Theory. Go. Top 3 songs off of Hybrid Theory.
Oh my God, that's a tough one.
In the middle of Legend.
Paper Cut would be on there.
Dude, there's so many good songs on like that and Meteora.
I mean, according to Anthony Fantano, this band sounds exactly like Linkin Park. So.
Oh, one step closer, definitely. In the end.
Oh, man, none of those would be on my top 3, but keep going.
Yeah.
May push me away. I don't know.
Ooh, that's
good. I would go with Paper Cut, A Place for My Head, and maybe By Myself, dude, because that
was a good one.
That chorus goes hard,
dude. No, I jammed the fuck out of that sophomore year, dude. That was my anthem, to be honest.
But talk about a great opener for an album, fucking Paper Cut with that guitar riff. Ooh.
And the, I don't know, synth or what do you call that? Yeah. But that's hard, dude. That's really hard. But yeah, for me personally, like some of my favorites gotta be like By Myself, A Place for My Head, and Forgotten, dude. Like
Forgotten's great. I love the Forgotten remix on the Reanimation album.
Yeah, dude, yeah. We jammed that with a friend just yesterday. And they were like, what the fuck? This is dope, okay? You know?
Yeah. Dude, Points of Authority, such a great song. Oh, shit.
Crawling was alright.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I think I like Crawling.
Crawling was definitely
Crawling!
It had a cool music video.
Honestly, no, I'll say it was a good song. It was a good song. Crawling was a good song.
Just, I don't know about top 3 though. Top 3?
No, I didn't say it's top 3. I just said it's a good song.
I'm gonna listen to this whole album after.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about this song. We're gonna talk about this album right when this is all over.
But when I was in Tokyo, me and my buddy, that I work with, we went and did karaoke, and we did like every song off of Hybrid Theory. It was a good time.
Yeah,
it was like a rite of passage. This is how you became men.
People people were concerned because we did like the screaming part, and like they would like you're in like a booth, kind of by yourself, and every now and then somebody would walk in and kind of look through the door because it's made out of glass, and we're just getting it, man.
Just kind of going at it, being
angsty. Just hardcore Linkin Park porn.
Yeah. I just want to. Yeah, but no, like A Place for My Head and Forgotten, like those are like that's like just like my favorite, like one of my favorite slews of the album. Like they're like the heaviest sections, and I just like how Forgotten starts immediately after, and it's it's heavy as fuck from the beginning. This is great.
Dude, somebody should listen to Instant Gratification and Hybrid Theory at the same time. Just track for track.
It won't be different. I mean, it's the same album, obviously.
That's why we keep going back and forth, because they're the same album.
Seamlessly.
I mean, that like lead during the chorus of Awkward, play that, like listen to that and the lead to Paper Cut at the same time. I wonder
I'm trying to see if it says how long. All right, 37 minutes 52 seconds for Hybrid Theory.
Really?
Just listen to that constantly, like while listening to Instant Gratification.
And then 42 minutes 54 seconds. Awesome. Close. You're gonna listen to Lost alone, though.
Yeah,
almost.
No, you know what? You listen to Lost and My December, like the Hybrid Theory B-side.
Oh yeah.
At the same time.
Those are like the most identical. God.
Wait, does anybody have anything to add to what we were talking about, Legend?
I do. I haven't went yet, but yeah, Legend. Yeah, I definitely get that ominous vibe. Will actually, like on CNVAR, there's a song where like there's this lead guitar thing, and it's like, oh, that reminds me of Legend. And I'm like, oh, that's definitely Will's part, because I don't know, like it's the effect or the way they pick it, I don't know, but it sounds eerily similar to how Legend starts, But anyway, but no, yeah, really cool, pretty, but like dark. Oh, not dark, but it's just a really interesting intro. But yeah, I like how Tillian just sounds like he's almost singing to a fan, or not. I don't know, maybe not to a fan, but. I don't know, just the whole nature of the lyrics, and yeah, like we said, how stripped back, and it seems to be, I don't know, like it's almost like he's just singing in a room towards like, just like the fans and all that, like sing it from the heart, play their favorite songs, like he's talking about fans, and kind of like the career of musicians. It's a nice layback song.
I would like to decipher the chorus. Like, what is he? What are you saying there, Tillian? What was the?
He's the decider, bro. He decides shit.
He decides with an animal, like, and all the reasons.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, that's like
I'm the decider.
He's telling us like how hard it is to pick a set list for a Dance Gavin Dance show, dude. Like,
but he gets joy out of it because it's God complex.
He's saying I am Legend because of you, because you guys can't decide on what songs you want to listen to live.
You're gonna have to listen to Chucky and We Own the Night for the rest of your lives.
Oh my God.
Cocaine Cringemas.
Cringe fest.
Start at change.org to get those songs out of the set list for like 2 years.
There was like a tweet today, and it was like, Americans don't have any idea how petitions work.
Goodness. But yeah, it's a nice song overall, but like, yeah, this definitely has like ranked as like one of my least favorite songs. And like whenever it comes on, like if it's on like my playlist is on shuffle, it's unless I'm in the mood for it, it usually gets skipped. Like honestly,
but it shouldn't. It's like that's the problem with this song. It's like everyone skips it. Everyone forgets about it.
It's a great song, and if you're vibing to DGD, you're vibing to some heavy, groovy ass shit, and then Legend comes out of nowhere and just I don't know.
Yeah, it's not like it doesn't necessarily fit, but it like is a good song though. Is the thing. It's just
it's a great song, but
underappreciated.
Yeah,
and it's not the worst song on this album. Not even the second worst song on this album.
Really? What is then? What?
Yeah.
Let me see. Maybe We Own the Night and
I can't put We Own the Night
and and Death of the Strawberry.
Death of the Strawberry.
I feel like We Own the Night is the worst song. Is just kind of like the hipster answer though. Just because it's the same.
But I hate it from the start.
I'm gonna reiterate what I said last time, and you guys
I hated it before anybody else
incorrectly. And the only reason I say that is because the chorus is so much more than Tillian singing "We Own the Night." You get fucking John Mess saying some cool ass shit what is it? Your plaque on my wall, something about a boat and a paddle. It hit me in the feels when he said
shit, stuff that you take right in your high school yearbook.
Flicking the back of your finger or ear with my finger. Come on.
Yeah, it just flows really well too. Yeah.
Yeah, it flows so well. I love that song for those reasons. I think. Yeah, I could do without Tillian's beginning part and him singing in the chorus, but then he gets into a groove in that second verse and bridge section. Can't deny that. We Own the Night has some great ass moments, but yeah. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I guess.
So Death of the Strawberry and We Own the Night are your least favorite songs. Not worst, right? Because they're not they're not
the worst.
But they're
the worst songs or least favorite or the worst? What do you mean by that?
I don't know.
I think that do I appreciate them musically?
Yeah, you can still find good.
I said there's a part the ending, the outro and bridge of We Own the Night was good, and I don't know. I mean, Death of the Strawberry, I feel because I think I've come to like it more recently when I'm preparing for these episodes. So, and then I guess the other one, which I do like the song Lost a lot, but has one verse or whatever that just sucks on it.
Wait, what sucks about it?
Lost. There's one verse, or I don't remember if it was a verse or a bridge or something.
When he says, I think you mentioned the
homophobic sociopath part. That's
okay.
That's what you don't care for.
But I do like the song Lost overall as a whole. But I guess there's other stuff too. But
to me, Lost is a great song, but much like Legend. When I'm listening to Dance Gavin Dance, it's not necessarily the vibe that I'm looking for, so I might skip it.
Well, I mean, yes, okay. I kind of agree with that in some ways, but I do kind of I like the displacement on the album, even though you don't like
Lost it. Lost is great. I don't I would put Lost maybe somewhere in the middle of the album, just to kind of create some or break up the spontaneity.
Or put Lost on artificial selection or something.
Interesting. Yeah, it almost it's a great song, but it almost doesn't belong.
It doesn't fit. Well, it's kind of a cool. That's why it's kind of a cool indie, I think. In my opinion.
I guess that's
the doesn't
thing.
Fit.
I guess that's the thing, because you have your really poppy and groovy songs, but then you also have your heavy Variation and Shark Dad and Lost and Legend are somewhere in the middle of all that. Just kind of different vibes.
I don't know why, but for the longest time, I thought Variation was the last song of this album. But I knew Lost was on it, but I just hadn't listened to it all the way through.
Yeah, because Variation is coming out. Full speed. I mean, Lost is really punchy also, but
right,
Lost is really punchy,
what do you mean?
Variation is feels really conclusive for the album.
I would almost flip those around then. I would put Lost.
Yeah. That's how I imagined the album, I think, for the longest time, because I just didn't listen to it all the way. It's Variation's the last song on the album. Great closer, and then
But yeah, I think in my track listing, I would put Variation as the second to last song still, and end it on the Run because of the outro.
Yeah, On the Run has a great outro. It's almost like good like Purple Rain out, like it's Purple Rain like outro, I guess, but not quite as much.
I couldn't agree with that, but I don't know. I couldn't even like compare it to like Legend. Like, oh, it's like not the because like for Lost, man, it's got that punchy opening. Is Legend, it's like, oh, this is gonna be more calm, maybe more somber, but like. Lost, it's firing off at the start, and it's got like a different vibe, but it's still like heavy post-hardcore stuff going on,
Yeah, and I mean, I do like I said before, like I like Lost as the closer. Like I think it works fine the way it does. I mean, there's other songs I think would work fine too, but Lost is totally cool with Lost. And the show Lost is great too.
Oh gosh, I was actually curious. Like, so you said, Lost, or wait, was it Lost? No, I think you said Legend should be on Artificial Selection.
No, I said Lost should be on Artificial Selection.
Lost. Okay. Well, what song would you take?
Legend, Lost. Legend, Lost.
You can't. Yeah.
You have to trade them.
Cash. Well, okay. Well, what song would you replace? From Artificial Selection onto IG then?
I don't know. I think I just put Lost on Artificial Selection.
Yeah, it's just like reversely. Like, what would you put?
I don't think I would put anything from Artificial Selection on Instant Gratification. Like I don't know. I mean,
God, I felt that's.
I don't think any of them really fit. But that's why I think that's Artificial Selection is so unique.
You could put Flash in IG.
Yeah, maybe put Flash in.
That's what I'm thinking. Flash,
maybe your Freaky Friday choice.
Maybe Slouch or something like that.
Slouch probably would work, but like I do think like a lot of I think Slouch should work.
Talking about Slouch?
I really like those tracks.
I don't know. I mean, like we say, for Artificial Selection, such a unique album that I think it's almost like isolated from everything else, and so like you can put something on Artificial Selection, but it's kind of hard to put something from Artificial Selection on something else.
That is an interesting question to ponder, though. Yeah, it is kind of hard. I don't blame you. Wait,
that was it. We don't like
recent listens.
Yeah.
Is there anything y'all want to talk about that came out? Because I only listened to one thing that came out recently. I know there's a new Slaves album, right?
Oh, that's the thing.
A new Redacted album?
But I don't think they're redacted anymore. I think they just said whatever and just decided to be slaves.
Well, no, I think this is the last Slaves album.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what they said.
One song to say goodbye.
I haven't listened to the album, but if y'all want to
be honest,
talk about it.
I haven't listened to like any Slave song except like a video of them with Johnny Craig, and like Johnny Craig like points at his veins like, I used to do heroin. and then like I don't know, just from like that song I'm like, I don't need to listen to this band. It's not really
well, it's like they're slaves because they were slaves to addiction.
Yeah, to addiction, or like the music industry. No, I know that, like that's kind of where he was going, but I'm just like
still slave to addiction.
Like no, I'm like,
no, he's sober now.
Johnny Craig stands out as a singer in a post-hardcore band. If you're gonna do kind of like alternative rock or even his R&B stuff, he just sounds so meh.
Well, I think there's more to it than that, though. I think like if he was like started out in a boy band or something, I think he would have first off made his voice. He would have actually improved his voice, and then second off, he would have actually had a following and like the resources to actually make a good R&B record versus what he's doing now.
It would be cool to get him and Tyler Carter like in like kind of like a R&B duo type of thing.
He would blow up like that, honestly.
Yeah.
But I mean, the Tyler Carter was one of the people I listened to this week a lot, and I like
Me too.
Oh, all right. Well, like I don't know if Tyler Carter is like really that R&B though. I mean, like I think he'd be a good like pop like artist.
Well,
but
yeah, he's got like the pop, a little hint of like R&B kind of soulful vibe to him. Like, I'm trying to think of a great, like, I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying, because like when I think of songs like, is it Mad at Myself? Like he does pop really well, but he kind of has like a little R&B cadence for sure.
He does. Yeah, he has the cadence, but he doesn't. I don't know if he has the exact voice though.
Yeah, I don't know who's more technical. Is it?
Well, definitely Tyler Carter, I would assume.
Yeah.
I mean, but Johnny's just naturally.
That's the thing about Johnny Craig. Like he has a natural ability, but you still got to work on your technical ability. That
I wouldn't necessarily even say natural. Like he was just raised because like he was like in choir and like he was raised on soul and R&B and stuff, and so like it's just I don't think he ever got the professional, like the real professionals training later on.
He's all raw powered. He just has like a natural gift that was taken to a certain point, but he plateaued. He reached a ceiling and he never applied himself to get past that because of his issues and his problems that, seem to take over any form of talent he has and stops him from attaining all the levels of success that somebody with his voice should and could have.
When's that Johnny Craig Chris Brown song coming out?
Oh man.
Crickets.
That's if I was Johnny Craig, I probably wouldn't want to,
A dangerous duo, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'd want to not draw that kind of attention to myself.
I'm sure Chris Brown would do the same. Like he's like, I don't know about working with this guy.
Chris Brown can survive anything.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Wow.
I guess, yeah.
I mean, he doesn't have the career he could have had if he didn't do what he did. But he is still like flourishing. Like he's making, great albums and whatnot, and like he's out there. He's making money and stuff. So.
And it's like I feel like the gravity of what he did isn't really felt as much as anymore because it was just out there for so long and like pop culture and like got memed and stuff. But like he'd be fucking Rihanna. That's that's
how did you scale up a career?
Yeah, it's like that guy should be like drawn and quartered for doing that.
Yeah, and we've kind of talked about it in like our chat, but like rap and hip hop don't really have they don't really get me, dude. But and I don't know if that's just mainly because like we're just used to like the lyrical content of like when you think about 90s rap, like some of the stuff that they would say was like, oh my god, like you couldn't get away with saying that today.
Yeah, Ben Shapiro would be all over your ass.
Yeah. But anyways, are we doing recent listens or are we still talking about?
There's like a bunch of new stuff came out. I only listened to one new thing this weekend, but
there was a new the new old Fall of Troy.
Yeah. If you want to talk about that. I haven't even got around listening to the singles yet, so.
You fool!
I know.
I mean...
Yeah.
I've been busy.
Like the knife fight at the Mormon church and Counting Sheep, like those songs really stood out to me. What about you guys?
I mean, Nike, was that Chain Wallet, Nike shoes? Like that's that's like my favorite off the whole album.
That was old school. I remember hearing that back in the day.
Yeah, like I definitely like I was like, man, like I thought the quality of like these recordings was a little rough, but then I listened to the old 30-year war like recordings. I was like, okay, yeah, these are definitely a lot better. But the album's really fun, frenetic, very all over the place, and it's like it's totally like a return to form for Fall of Troy. They have a song called like Borigami or Borbogami, some shit like that, which just basically means guts. Butterflies in your stomach. I've shared it on my Instagram. It's like Borbigami or some shit like that.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I didn't like it because I didn't know what it meant.
Paul Troy liked it. They even commented. That's how much they liked it.
Oh shit!
They like it so much they should come on the podcast.
I wish. He responded to that, but he like totally no-sold the fact that I like wrote an article about him.
I could talk to Thomas about, see if he remembers this one time that he was at a random local show at a skating rink in San Jose, and a certain Sacramento band was there. It wasn't Dance Gavin Dance, but a certain guitar player from another Sacramento band was there with the other band, and a fight broke out, and somebody pulled out a gun. It was pretty crazy.
Was this the Sunset Strip?
No.
Load, click, shoot. Oh my god.
Yeah. It was pretty crazy. I remember like walking into the show, and you know, I'm like, oh, there's that band from Sacramento, and oh, there's that guy that's also in another band from Sacramento, and they're just kind of sitting at the merch table or whatever, and like I'm meeting up with my friends who were also playing that show. They're in a band called Picture Atlantic, and like everybody's just kind of talking to Thomas, like, you know. And then out of nowhere, somebody runs up to me and is like, hey, do you have the tire iron in your car? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, can I have it? And I was like, sure. And then like we walk out, and there's like a huge fight breaking out. And yeah, somebody pulled out a gun, and everybody
Someone pulled out a tire iron.
Huh?
Someone pulled out a tire iron, apparently.
Yeah, well, no, I was on my way to get the tire iron, and there was already a gun, so yeah.
Can't bring a tire iron to a gunfight.
Exactly. But anyways, that was an unforgettable night.
That's definitely more violent than my Thomas Eric story.
I mean, I think I just saw him when he was in Chiodos.
Nice. Jealous of that.
Story. That's all my story is.
Yeah, I believe I saw Fall of Troy open for Deftones and Duran Gray also. That was pretty cool.
Oh, dude, you saw Duran Gray? That's sick.
Yeah, except a lot of the fans, Deftone fans, did not fuck with Fall of Troy. They were like almost like booing, or like people are saying like, man, when are these guys gonna finish? And I'm like, dude, do you guys not know greatness?
It tends to happen at those music festivals and stuff. You get all these different opinions and such.
Yeah, it wasn't even a music festival. It was like
if we were in the same room, we'd shoot each other, right?
Just hand me the gun.
Man.
Hand me the tire iron.
Yeah. Weapon of choice.
Did anyone listen to the new like Moss the Flames?
Nope.
No.
Heck no. I didn't even know they had.
I listened to it. It's pretty good.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I remember I heard like a few tracks from them years ago.
What?
I thought they were cool.
I mean, it's good. I just think Chris Roeder with Amorosa was probably the best he's ever done, but you know, it's nice. Like Moss the Flame's still good.
He was great.
Chris Roeder, the guy before Johnny, or
yeah, he was the guy before Johnny.
Was that Casablanca and
was
Utah?
It like under heavier
Utah, yeah.
I Am Ocean, He Is Waves, or He Is Waves, I Am Ocean?
Maybe.
Tax for Snacks.
I like the band he was in after he left Emerosa, he was in this band called Graceful, which was pretty cool. He was still kind of into the metalcore thing going, but
he was in that. I thought that was a different dude.
Which dude?
Shit. Now I can't remember.
I mean, they always have different vocalists, so
I can't even remember the band that I'm thinking of. Oh wait, yeah. What band was the singer of Broadway after Broadway disbanded?
I didn't know. I think his name's Misha or something. I didn't even know that dude did something else.
Yeah, and I thought that was a Graceful, but I guess I'm wrong.
Graceful is like early 2010s. Broadway broke up in like 2012, 13, I think.
I'm trying to think of what other band he was in. I don't know.
Hard to say. But are we doing recent listens?
Yeah.
I think I got some songs. I actually wrote them down this time. That way I could be able to get in and out.
Well, you don't write down your artist.
Yeah, that's what I just literally just said.
But you didn't do it before this episode?
I literally what I just said that I did.
Well, I mean, no, I mean, like you've never written them down on other episodes before?
I've literally done that like the last 3-4 episodes just to make sure I got them down.
Yeah.
Just the last 3 or 4?
Man,
yeah, right?
Keep in here.
Like, how have you been doing this?
We're only on like the 15th episode.
The first 12 episodes, you were just naming them off the top of your head.
Well, that doesn't surprise
I remember
me.
what
I
That's true.
Did Warped Tour circa 2006. I'm just messing with you, Ryan. What you got?
I don't know. I seem to have misplaced my list.
All right. Well. Okay. Besides the new Fall of Troy, obviously listen to that new Coletta. It's definitely a banger, and they go into like rapping. Like, what do you guys think of the new Coletta song?
I dug the new Coletta. I enjoyed the little rap part. I liked how
I listened to the whole thing. I just listened to the little promo thing they had. But I'll get on
you gotta listen to the whole thing. I'm stoked for Idealism.
Yo, I was out of the loop. I didn't know there was new Coletta.
Yeah, bud. They've been promoting it.
When they came on the episode, they talked about it, I'm sure.
Goodness, I feel bad if they did. But I'm going to check that out right after. Jeez.
Yeah, also check out the new Good Tiger, man.
Shoot, I saw them live. Yeah, I'll give them a shot too. They
put out some new stuff, and it's great. A whole ass album. I've also been listening to like the new Stand Atlantic. Have you guys heard of them? They're like a band on Hopeless Records.
Yeah, they were on my list of bands that I was going to say, but then some assholes just kind of talked all over it.
Sorry, but you can still talk about it. It's so great. Like, I mean, the newest single that they're pushing is Blurry, and it's really good. Like, I don't know, they're super catchy. They have like a pop punk vibe, but it's not like your typical pop punk.
Yeah,
I like a female vocalist, and she's great. And
it's kind of like that old school like scene pop punk stuff, because they got a song called Jurassic Park where they're all singing about RAR and dinosaurs and stuff. So it's like,
I think I saw them at Warped Tour, like the last Warped Tour, and I was like, they're all right.
I'm pretty new to them, but I dig them, like what I've heard so far.
I'll have to recheck them out.
Yeah, other than that, I listened to like that new Joji and Diplo song, Daylight. It was pretty cool.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, Anderson .Paak came out with a song called Lockdown, and it's kind of, I don't know, talking about the pandemic and the riots, and it features J-Rock and from a Black Hippie, so that's cool. And other than that, we were kind of talking about Tyler Carter. So I started watching this anime called God of High School.
Oh, yeah, that's his anime, right?
Yeah, well, he just sings it like one of the opening songs, and I remember people posting about it, but I didn't make the connection that it was this new anime called God of High School until I watched it, and I'm like, dude, that's Tyler Carter. Cool. And I was watching it with my homie out here, and I'm like, bro, you gotta check out this guy that's singing. You gotta check out their band called Issues. And I played him Drink About It, and he's like, oh shit, this is dope. So yeah, and then other than that, the only other thing I listened to was I don't know how to pronounce her name, but I think it's Biba Doobie. She's kind of like this solo doo-wop artist. No, not even doo-wop.
I'm just
She's
kidding.
kind of like the solo artist, and she does kind of like, I guess you could say, bedroom pop or kind of like a grungy vibe. And she has this new song called Sorry, and it has kind of like this, like almost like a 90s bedroom pop meets like lo-fi grunge type of deal. But it's a sick song. And that was it. That's all I listened to.
I mean, to add on, you named a couple, like the Coletta and the Stanalatic I also listened to, but this week I checked out Abstract Void, which is like real dark shoegaze, like black metal synthwave, which sounds crazy on paper, but it comes out like really well. I really enjoyed it.
Well, like black gaze is like is already a genre, and that's like mixing like black metal and shoegaze, like bands like Death Heaven, you know. But yeah, now adding synthwave to that sounds pretty crazy.
It's a solid of fun.
What was their name again?
Abstract Void.
Something Dark Void.
Abstract Void. But other than that, Buried Alive came out with a new song called Pomegranate, which is like the closest they'll ever get to like an acoustic song. It's definitely different. I wouldn't say like go into it with an open mind if you're usually expecting like gnarly riffs from Buried Alive. It's different. I'll definitely give them that. I checked out this other band that's kind of like in the swancore umbrella. They're a little bass driven, but it's called Mannequin Mishap.
Oh yeah, they're great. We've had them on the playlist before, but yeah, they're sick.
Really? Who said them? Was it you?
Yeah.
How dare you? How dare you not like make sure that I listen to that? What song was it that you said? Do you remember?
Oh man, it was a couple of episodes ago. Man, I don't even know. I guess let me look it up real quick.
It'd be interesting to know, because if it's the exact same song, I'm like, wow, how did I miss that? I mean, it's been a minute. We always say like 15, 20 bands in here, and we all have like a discussion about every single song.
Right.
But while you look that up, the last song I had on
Party with my taxidermist, I believe.
Oh yeah, the song I had in mind was Recover and Rewind, which nice. I just like the bass on that song is just so grimy. I love it. But the other song I had was I've been checking out. I don't know if you guys remember the like metalcore from like early 2010s, but We Are Defiance. Did you guys ever used to listen to them?
Doesn't ring a bell.
I mean, I've heard of them. I've probably listened to them before, but I don't know.
Like they're mostly metalcore, but I was actually like, for some reason, like metalcore bands, when they make that one soft song that's like in the middle of their album, I somehow always end up finding those songs. And they have this one called Hurricane U, which is just kind of like the closest thing that somebody can get to like Play Radio Play or like Postal Service while still sounding like a beat and being a metalcore band.
Interesting.
Yeah, but I mean, other than that, that's pretty much it. David or Cash?
Wait, I forgot to add one more thing.
What, Eyes Without a Faith by Billy Idol?
No, BT Bam, Between the Buried and Me, they released a remastered version of their breakout album, Silent Circus. So I was listening to that like earlier this week because it's fucking sick. Like, I think the first song I heard by them was Mordecai, and I was like blown away because they're super heavy. They mix a little kind of jazz vibe, like right in the middle of the song, and then like the singer just starts singing like very beautifully, and yeah, they're fucking dope. and I'm stoked that they remixed and remastered this album. Sounds dope. But anyways, who's going next?
Hell yeah, Moses. Appreciate that. Yeah, man, I think I'll go next. So yeah, I wrote down some stuff for once this time. I have the song "Shine" by the artist Buddy. Like, this is,
dude, Buddy's dope. He's on shit. What's that record label that Kendrick Lamar's in? I forget, but he's on that record label with Schoolboy Q and all them.
Interesting. Yeah, no, I just found this song and I was like, okay, this is really cool. I vibe with it. So I mean, definitely should I look into this artist more?
Yeah, check out his album called Harlan and Alondra. It's fucking dope.
Harlan and okay, all right.
Harlan and Alondra. It was his first album. Came out in 2018.
Shoot, noted. Appreciate that, Moses. Yeah, no, I really appreciate the song. Nice vibey stuff going on. Appreciate it. And then yeah, I'm glad that we brought up Linkin Park a lot because oh geez, excuse that if y'all heard that. But anyway, yeah, I played "A Place from My Head" by Linkin Park.
Yes.
I was doing some yard work. Yeah. Me and my friend were doing some pretty rough shit, so I was like, fuck it, let's put on some angsty shit.
Does anyone else have anything else to say about Linkin Park before we move on? Like, we talk about it for 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Hit the Floor was like their best song that wasn't on Hybrid Theory. Hit the Floor goes fucking hard.
I actually really like that one too, but honestly, I feel like nobody's listening.
Nobody's listening. I was gonna say that.
Oh, that was a good one. Yeah.
Which one has a flute? It's Nobody's Listening, right?
I thought that was the one you named earlier.
Hit the Floor? No, Hit the Floor.
Hit the Floor. No, there was another one.
Paper Cut?
I don't think it was Paper Cut. Wait.
We talked about Paper Cut. We talked about
Is it A Place for My Head? Is that a flute?
No.
I don't know. All right, I don't know.
I don't think any song off of Hybrid Theory has flute in it, right?
One of them. Maybe it's Meteora. I don't know.
Yeah, it's Meteora.
Unlike y'all, I don't listen to Linkin Park every hour of the day.
Dude, neither do I. I hardly listen to them, but yeah.
It's just so fun.
Nobody's Listening had the flute. I believe.
It's a really dope track. I honestly, actually, early all this week I've kind of been listening to more of the underrated Linkin Park tracks, like even in their later albums with when they're more techno and even then there's some really good rap, hip hop stuff. They're still bringing.
I thought their later albums were still good, even though they sometimes get hate. But
yeah, no, I still feel there's good stuff there.
It was just people being lame. Honestly, they were still good.
No,
maybe they're past their prime, but they were what they were.
I didn't really fuck with anything past Meteora, I guess, but I'm sure it was all good though.
Minutes Midnight was good. Thousand Suns, I thought had good stuff on it, and then I don't know if I don't know about what Lives on Living Things or anything after 1,000 Suns, but
jeez, yeah, you're gonna make it hard to pick an underrated Linkin Park track to put in the playlist now, because
we know all of them. Well, y'all do.
No, shoot, there's definitely a few y'all be oh, that's a track. All right,
fingers into my eyes.
Let me see, but yeah, we had that, and then of course, New Fall of Troy. That was pretty. Honestly, I'm gonna need more time to sit with it. Of course, I'm excited to get more Fall of Troy, and I can't remember. I think Moses, you listed one of the newer tracks, or maybe it was Ryan.
I named a couple. It was
can't remember which one.
The last 4 tracks on the album are new songs. Everything else.
Yeah. Something about the Mormon church, getting stabbed at a Mormon church or some shit.
Let me look at the thing. It's Counting Sheep.
Oh yeah, Counting Sheep is great.
Yeah, I really like the guitar there, but I'm gonna need more time to sit with it. Honestly,
take all the time you need to sit with it. We'll still be here.
Yeah.
Take a Linkin Park break.
Never. But yeah, it's gonna need more time to sit. But like, I was a little disappointed. Like, they made it sound better with the description they had for it. Like when I posted it on Instagram, but it's like there's only 10 songs and like 6 of them are like old. So I was like, a little disappointed by that. So it's like there's only 4 new tracks. That whole thing. I don't know. Of the new tracks are really cool. So it's like I'm just gonna have fun. Diving in and learning these new songs. You
heard it here, folks. You can hear the disappointment in David's voice. I'm sorry, David. I'm sorry, Fallout's right there.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like they released an old album and an EP. New songs, and then get the old songs and cheer up.
Yeah, at least those are cleaned up.
You'll be okay.
Yeah, I don't know, man. This wasn't 101. I can't do this anymore.
Sounds like we need a lot of time to sit.
But no, anyway, I'm okay. I got over it. So besides that, of course, was looking into to Wolf and Bear. The podcast even talked about them earlier this week. I can't say it, but Tenaire Acacia.
Yeah, I know what song you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, super heavy. Yeah, I think it was the track that I said had like really strong secret band vibes in it, here and there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and of course it's you already got Tim in there. You got it's already trying to pull off the DGD sound, so like it going to like secret band realms. It made sense, and it was really cool to see. So yeah, check out that track for some heavy stuff. And so in Swan posting, there was a person that said like, okay, so are we just gonna admit that Closure in Moscow like had a better album than DGD ever had? And I was like, dang, y'all, they're literally grandstanding that. Yeah, so basically, Closure in Moscow is like better than anything DGD's released. And I was like, dang, that's pretty strong words.
DGD has almost said the same thing too, kind of like they said that like
really
I saw an interview with them, and they said that they were like blown away by Closure in Moscow because they were opening for them, and they were like wish that they could have played better because of how good Closure in Moscow played.
Oh hey,
yeah,
hell yeah, though.
Great band, but I don't know if I would agree with that sentiment.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd say I like their music more, but
you heard it here, folks.
They get a lot of respect from.
We're becoming
DGD.
the Closure in Moscow podcast. This is the new
the better band.
Closure Team podcast.
Yeah, see, because of that
really
post, like
I
went and listened to all of like First Temple. Just like I was like, oh shoot, let me see for myself. And it's like it's a lot of good stuff. Like the instrumentals alone are pretty bomb, but it's like, I don't know. I feel like they were just grandstanding a bit too much, like because they were literally like, yeah, like if this was a DGD album, it would be like the best DGD album. Like so, they're dead ass grandstanding them, and I was like, nah. There's definitely some DGD albums.
You know what? That's okay. Modern Society's all about grandstanding anyway, so it's cool. He's probably getting his clout from it.
Honestly, can be
Closure Moscow
annoying sometimes.
Good, though. At least he's using a good band to say such a thing with.
Yeah, but yeah, check out First Temple, cool album. And I discovered that band with their sequel album, Pink Lemonade, and I haven't even checked that out in a minute. But like, I would say like that was some tasty shit. Tasted like some good old Pink Lemonade. Check out that album for sure.
It's got a lot of 70s influences and like arena rock influences on it. It's really good. I really enjoy that album.
So who is the better band? Dance Gavin Dance or Linkin Park?
Oh, or Closure in Moscow.
Yeah. Let us know what you think.
Obviously, the answer to this question is Puddle of Mud.
Oh my god.
Last week I already tweeted out Michael Jackson or Prince on our account, so we're just gonna make everyone mad at everyone, I guess, all the time.
We'll be canceled here any day now.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's
for Puddle of Mud.
Pretty much wrap.
I didn't even get to say anything, Ryan.
Right. So can we get like a petition for Puddle of Mud to do We on the Night?
Oh god!
Wow.
I think it really hit that high note.
Or is that just for me? Is that like?
Nirvana.
Are you trying to make a song just to piss me off?
For everyone. Oh god.
Would you say such a thing?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Hold up. I have one more song. Wait. I think. Jesus. But yes. So. Nerd. Okay, we have the song "Lemon" by Nerd featuring Rihanna.
Classic.
NERD, but yes.
NERD, yeah.
And I'm sorry, but yeah, yeah. No, I just had a playlist going on. It was like a motivation playlist, just for working out and outdoor stuff. Like, and I don't know, this song was like pretty banging. Like had the beat and instrumentals alone. Just a cool rap song to get hyped to.
Listen to all their old stuff. Their old stuff's great. Like, what was their first album? It's like the guy playing like Nintendo
playing
on the front,
Dreamcast or something.
Yeah.
I have it on vinyl. Why can't I remember?
But, yeah, that's a great album.
Yeah, it has Lap Dance and In Search of. That's what it's called.
In Search of. Yeah.
Check
that one out.
I guess y'all are familiar
chance.
with the man, huh?
You can't. I'm a rock star.
Right. And it has a Pharrell in it.
Yep.
Virginia Beach's Nerd.
Shoot, all right. I'll have to check out these new artists, though. Yeah, I like them, so, I mean, you'll have to point me to the good stuff.
Yeah. In Search of is a great album. Definitely check that out.
Jeez. And I messed up my list. I forgot this one. So basically, I was talking about Fall of Troy, and I forgot to mention, like, I went to their other album, The Unlikely Event, and I just got to shout out the song Empty the Clipped, The King Has Been Slaying. I think that's a really cool, underrated track from them, honestly. I don't know if you have any opinions on that. But yeah, if not, that should be my piece for music. I think, yeah.
All right. Guess I'll go. So I went to Louisiana this weekend, so I only listened to Zydeco. Just playing. I started off the week listening to Jimmy Eat World because we were talking about, I guess, the week before I had the Van Wilder soundtrack in my recent listens, and I was like, there I went on the Jimmy Eat World because we were talking about them. And then I listened to Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross, who I think mainly do they only just do soundtracks now?
I don't even know.
I don't know. Well, it's great stuff, but I mean, it's definitely really chill stuff. But also anything. They did the Social Network. I think they do a lot of like David Fincher movies, or I don't know what Fincher, whichever one it is. But also any cover they do with Karen O is great. Listen to Nero for some nostalgia.
Nero's great.
Nero is great, but I don't know, have they even done anything recent? I listened to like that, whatever that first album that came out was.
Is it called Reality?
Yeah, I think so.
Dude, it was so dope. Crush and Reaching Out.
Yeah.
Must Be the Feeling. Oh, that song was so good. And then like they had all the remixes for it. I think they put out like an arena rock album after that, but I didn't check it out.
They had an arena rock album?
Yeah, it was like more arena rock vibes. I remember them.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So arena rock.
Oh, Between Two Worlds. Walking to Reality was the one that I listened to, but yeah, I did not know that. As we talked about earlier, I listened to Issues, Tyler Carter band, and then I watched the movie Heavy Metal this weekend.
Nice.
Which, yeah, that's a crazy ass movie, and has
I've heard interesting things.
Yeah, it's a little misogynistic. Probably doesn't hold up very well today, but it's got interesting visuals. You might be too young to watch it, David.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I just remember.
It is a cartoon, though.
I literally just remember like I don't know, like it was some shirtless dude with this other shirtless chick. Like that's like the only image or reference I know from that movie. Just some nudity.
yeah, there's a lot of cartoon nudity and great late 70s or decent late 70s music on it that at least fits the vibe well. Then after that, listen to a little Coheed Cambria, Enter Shikari, 4 Years Strong, and Asking Alexandria. And that's it for me.
Okay.
Yep, and like Moss the Flams, like we talked about earlier. And that's it. Ryan, take us out.
Yes, Papa. Oh, you've been listening to the Demo Team podcast. Yes, Papa. You've been listening to the Demo Team, and now we have come to an end. If you would please share your socials after the beep. Beep.
Go, Ryan.
Oh, I guess I'll go first. Well, you can find me on any social network. I mean, you can find not on the social network soundtrack like Atticus
What's
Ross.
Your parlor?
My parlor? My parlor is the Naughty Boy Saloon on 5th Street.
All right.
Wait, did you mean like
I don't know. There's some social media called Parlor now that all the old people use.
Is this like Peacock when you were trying to get us to join your new sex club?
No, it was not like Peacock. I think it's like Twitter dungeon? For all white people is what Parlor is what I think.
What's your TikTok account?
What's your soon-to-be banned social media?
Yeah.
What's your Weather Channel account?
Well, you can find me on Instagram at Ryan // You can find my band, Stay Still Official. And you could find the Demo Team at Demo Team Podcast. Is it the Demo Team Podcast or just Demo Team?
I think it's usually just Demo Team Podcast on most social media.
It might vary different.
You just gotta check it out.
Look for a Demo Team Podcast or the Demo Team Podcast.
I think it's Facebook where that's the only place where we're the Demo Team.
Yeah,
podcast.
I think we're Demo Team because it made more sense to do it otherwise.
We are
Ryan, what name are you doing Yelp reviews under?
I'm using the name Ollie Ola Sir Ruffle Chip Master.
Okay, interesting.
Wait, do you use Yelp just to like complain about places, or do you give like good reviews? Because Yelp be for snitches, man.
You say that spitefully.
White people love snitching, so like they love Yelp.
Gosh.
JK.
LOL. You say that like somebody snitched on you, Moses.
I mean, I don't have
doesn't have a restaurant,
have a business or a restaurant, yeah. But like a lot of Yelp is just like people like complaining.
I did do that once. I complained on a karaoke bar because they were letting the white people there get a little too into the rap, but
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Damn, son, where'd you find that?
But yeah.
Say no more.
What's he gonna think? Anybody remember that one song where they literally just repeat the N-word over and over? That was a banger.
Was that a Attila song?
What?
YG.
Oh, dude, I love that song.
See, I would sing it again, but I don't want the Demo Team to get redacted.
Yeah. Apparently Podbean is pretty strict.
Dude, I forgot about that YG song, and I'm sure there was a bunch of people singing it.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Things to be left on the cutting room floor.
Right.
Socials.
Hi, I'm David Pottinger. You can find me on Instagram at pottinger.david. You can find me at Facebook at David Pottinger. Hit me up and we can chat.
You can reach me at Cash Spicer on Twitter or You can reach me at the Couch Singing Spicer on Instagram. And I don't know. I guess if you want to ask me about Dance Gavin Dance or something, or anything else, maybe I'll try to answer you.
And you can find me on IG. I'm through being Mo. Find me on Twitter, Shadow X Mo, I believe. I don't use it, but fuck it. I'm on Christian Mingle.
He likes long walks on the beach.
He likes long Christian walks on the beach.
Yeah, talking about my favorite Christian band, Dance Gavin Dance.
And Switchfoot.
Yeah, because they love religion.
Yeah.
See, Moses, I wouldn't use Christian Mingle, man, because like I feel like you'll just end up, you'll find a girl, and you'll just end up asking, like, is there something more to you than just Bible study?
Hey.
I don't know.
Yeah. David's coming for the throat, man.
On that note.
Jiggler's best song.
Oh, yeah. Don't forget to DM Moses about dad advice.
Yeah, sure.
Do it. Or else.
I bet you have yeah.
Anything else? Bueller?
The end.
That was a good one. No more Linkin Park talk. The end. The Linkin Park song.
And